set. It's going to get a bit dark. So last month my father died. And look, he had a lot of things wrong with him, but there's no pill you can give someone for being an asshole. Basically, he proved a theory I've been working on for a while, which is that you have to wait for some people to die to change their mind. And that's my husband laughing the loudest, actually. And so yeah, lucky for me, actually he did kind of change his mind, a lot. When he found out he was going to die, he actually became quite a nice person for a couple of days. That was really quite cool and a bit weird. He started giving me compliments that weren't backhanded, and he remembered all 3 of my children's names. It was really weird, actually. And so I've been trying to, actually, he was okay for a couple of days, but then he deteriorated. And what you may not know is because we don't have a voluntary euthanasia bill, is that because of that, you're basically watching someone starve to death for the last 2 weeks of their life, which kind of sucked because my father was always really cranky when he was on a diet. And, you reckon someone who's counting carbs gets a bit angry? This was, his final diet. It was like die with a capital T at the end for terminal. It was fierce. So, after he'd been nice for a couple of days, then he just sort of became delusional and angry or unconscious. And luckily, I thought I'd take my kids to have one final memory with their grandfather, and he happened to be unconscious that time. We went to see him. And I was determined to have one last nice, good memory with him, with my children. And my 2 boys kept fighting with each other, and my daughter just kept saying, when do I get the $2 for the vending machine so I can buy a Coke at the nursing home? And after she did get her soft drink, she came back and just kept complaining that when she burped through her nose, it hurt. But I plowed on and I said, look, this is the time when you can kind of present your pictures or drawings that you've been working on for your granddad, or like, if you've got a piece of writing you've done. And my daughter read out her poem. The boys hadn't bothered. My daughter read out her poem that said, life goes by in a flash, and soon you will turn into ash. Which actually turned out to be quite prophetic. So look, I've been trying to think of a way to describe to people what I've been through, because it's been pretty heavy. And the best that I can come up with is that, picture you're at a party and an old friend comes up to you and you're really drunk and coerces you into helping them move house the following morning. And against all your better judgment, you agree, and you turn up the next morning and you're really hungover. And it's raining. It's always raining in those sorts of situations. And when you turn up to help your friend move house, he convinces you to drop a tab of acid with him. Which you do. And when the walls and the floor starts to move, you come to the sudden realization that your friend has 88 years worth of baggage and no forwarding address. And no help is coming. And you think after a while, my God, I feel like I've been stuck here for about a year. And when you look at your watch, it's been 12 minutes. Fuck! So, that goes on for like a couple of weeks. And you go home for a bit of light relief. I thought I'd put on the show that all my friends had been watching, which was Chernobyl. Fuck, man. Which was strangely actually reassuring, watching people die of radiation. Because, during the day I'd been sitting with someone who'd been kind of dying of heart and renal failure, which basically is sort of like watching someone, if you've got one of those plastic surgical gloves and you tie it on the end of a hose, it kind of looks a bit like that. So, I thought with my kids when we were there having one final moment together, I thought, let's just sing a hymn. Let's sing a hymn together. But of course my kids, you know, they did ethics instead of religion. They didn't know a hymn. Nobody knew a hymn. And the only song that we could all agree that we knew the words to was SpongeBob SquarePants. Which was also kind of prophetic too, you know, because my father was by that point sort of turning yellow and spongy and porous is he. So it kind of worked, sort of, made for a memorable moment anyway. So it was about this point too, sort of towards the end, that I started Googling, you know, what to do with my father after he died. You know, my father hated funerals. He didn't go to any of the funerals of his friends. And I thought, okay, even if I don't give him a funeral, I'm still going to have to do something with the body, you know, which made me start feeling like a fucking serial killer. What am I going to do with it? I can't kind of, you know, bury him in a shallow grave in the bush. Fuck. But, you know, thank God for Google, right? I found a company online that actually digs a big hole, puts the body in, covers it with some sort of, you know, leaf litter, adds another body, more leaf litter. I thought about it, you know, it's meant to be an environmentally friendly option. And then I thought, you know, my father hated composting. It wouldn't work either. So I thought about the family home that we grew up in. You know, we just used to put everything down the fucking incinerator. Why can't someone build like a giant incinerator, right? Like, just put the bodies down that. Except that my father had like hip and knee replacements and that fucking noise if he dropped a teaspoon. It would be no good, right? So I just went back to the easy option. You know, I just thought I'd get him cremated, you know, and so I've decided I'm not gonna use any of those euphemisms. I hate them, you know, like saying my father passed away or I lost my father or any of that stuff, because I like totally know where he is. Yeah, he's like he's in a box in a bag that you give someone a present that says Happy Father's Day on it by the front door. Which is actually awesome because, you know, when I come home from spending my inheritance, he's there to hold the fucking door open for me, right? And every time I go past him, I can think of his last words, which were, "Don't leave me with her."